Welcome, curious minds, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're not just touching on the future. We're diving headfirst into a technological paradigm shift that's happening right now, actively reshaping our world. We're talking about the astonishing speed of technological evolution, specifically how we're moving beyond simple connectivity to truly intelligent machines that don't just process data, but actively perceive, reason, and act on their own.
Yeah.
This isn't merely an upgrade, it's a profound, fundamental transformation in how we interact with technology and how industries operate.
Indeed. For years, the Internet of Things, or IoT, captivated our imagination with promises of billions of interconnected devices. It delivered a deluge of data, creating what felt like the digital nervous system of the economy.
Right.
But for all its power and data capture, there was always a critical missing piece.
Yeah.
A fundamental limitation. Now that piece is emerging, and it's set to redefine everything we thought we knew about automation, machine intelligence, and even the very nature of industrial operations.
Absolutely. So our mission for this deep dive is to explore the cutting edge of Industry 5.0 with a laser focus on the transformative power of what's being called Agentic AI. We're going to unpack the groundbreaking work of Ajit Mishra, particularly his latest article, Industry 5.0 Internet of Beings, IOB, powered by Agentic AI. This article is part 2 of his pivotal Industry 5.0 series.
That's right.
While Part I explored the fascinating role of generative AI in revolutionizing manufacturing, this deep dive goes even further, revealing how agentic AI is not just enhancing, but fundamentally redefining the Internet of Things into something far more profound and autonomous.
Our goal here is to give you, our listener, a crystal clear understanding of how machines are evolving beyond mere tools into what Mishra powerfully calls beings, entities endowed with their own cognition and autonomy.
Beings, yeah. Powerful term.
It is. We'll meticulously explore the innovative framework that enables this monumental shift and then plunge into some truly mind-bending real-world implications that span across a multitude of sectors. Consider this your essential shortcut to becoming truly well-informed on one of the most dynamic and consequential topics in technology today.
It really is all about moving from what IoT was, a vast nervous system of sensors and devices to what it's becoming. A brain-powered, self-acting, and profoundly intelligent ecosystem.
Exactly.
When we first started talking about the Internet of Things, it felt like science fiction, didn't it? Billions of sensors, machines, and devices all talking to each other, tracking everything, transmitting endless streams of data.
Yeah, the hype was huge.
It sounded like the ultimate digital nervous system, ready to optimize every facet of our lives and industries. The promise was immense, almost overwhelming in its scope.
It was, and in many ways it delivered on that promise of ubiquitous data. However, as you rightly point out, it came with a fundamental, often overlooked flaw, a paradox even. While IoT excelled brilliantly at data capture, it remained inherently weak, almost impotent when it came to decision-making. It provided us with telemetry, raw, granular data from myriad points, but it starkly lacked wisdom.
Right. Data, but no insight, or rather, no action based on insight.
Precisely. It could tell you the temperature in a remote warehouse or the pressure in a distant pipeline, but it couldn't discern why that temperature deviation was critical, nor what immediate action needed to be taken about that pressure anomaly.
Okay.
This created a bottleneck where human operators were constantly required to interpret and act on the data, leading to latency and human cognitive overload in increasingly complex systems.
That's such a crucial distinction and really the core limitation. IoT connected things, yes, but those things, as Ajit Mishra's work emphasizes, had no mind of their own.
None at all.
They sensed, they reported, they transmitted, but they didn't decide. They could raise an alert, but they couldn't resolve the underlying issue. It felt like a nervous system without a brain, constantly needing human oversight to interpret and act on the data. For all the talk of Industry 4.0's efficiency, it often felt incomplete, always relying on a human in the loop for anything truly adaptive or complex.
Precisely. And this is exactly where agentic AI steps in as the missing piece, collapsing that inherent flaw of traditional IoT and ushering in a new era.
Okay, so agentic AI is the solution here.
It's the catalyst. Agentic AI transforms those previously passive sensors, those mere data points, into autonomous collaborators. This isn't just about layering more sophisticated analytics on top of existing data streams.
Right, it's not just smarter analysis.
No, it's about fundamentally embedding the capacity for perception, for reasoning, for negotiation, and for decisive action directly within the machines themselves.
Wow.
Imagine a device that not only reports a problem, but understands its context, formulates a solution, coordinates with other devices, and then executes that solution, all without waiting for human intervention. That's the power of agentic AI.
And this brings us to the dawn of the Internet of Beings, or IOB. Ajit Mishra encapsulates this monumental shift with a powerful equation. IOB equals IoT plus cognition plus autonomy.
IoT plus cognition plus autonomy.
Yeah. That's a truly colossal leap, isn't it? It signifies machines evolving into genuine beings, entities that can perceive their environment with profound understanding, reason through complex scenarios with nuanced judgment, negotiate dynamically with other entities to achieve shared goals, and then act decisively and independently.
It really is. This is truly the next industrial revolution, moving us light years beyond just basic connectivity and data reporting.
The insight here is that IOB fundamentally shifts machines from tools we manage to partners we collaborate with.
That's a great way to put it, partners. It's not just about more data or faster processing. It's about embedding a form of digital consciousness, if you will, that enables systems to self-organize, problem solve, and even negotiate.
Right.
It drastically alters our relationship with technology itself.
Okay, so how did we get here? It wasn't an overnight jump, presumably.
No, definitely not. To fully grasp the magnitude and direction of the shift, it's incredibly helpful to trace the incremental journey that has led us to this exciting frontier. We began with IoT 1.0, which was foundational but relatively simple, devices merely connecting and exchanging raw, unprocessed data.
Like early smart home stuff. Thermostats talking to a hub.
Exactly. Think of early smart home devices sending basic signals about temperature or door status. Very basic connectivity.
And from there, we saw the emergence of IoT, or industrial IoT. This brought the concept of connected devices into the manufacturing and industrial sectors.
Factories began integrating sensors primarily for efficiency gains, monitoring machine performance, tracking inventory, or performing predictive maintenance based on sensor data.
Okay, so adding some operational intelligence.
Right, but still largely reactive or report-driven. It told you what happened, or maybe what might happen.
Got it. Then came AIoT.
Exactly. The next evolution was AIoT, the powerful convergence of artificial intelligence and IoT. This layered sophisticated AI capabilities like machine learning and deep learning on top of IoT data streams.
So, better predictions, smarter insights.
Yes, the primary focus here was predictive analytics and insight generation. AIoT could analyze vast amounts of sensor data to forecast equipment failures, optimize energy consumption, or identify anomalous patterns. However, and this is crucial, it was still primarily about generating insights for humans to interpret and then act upon. The human remained the ultimate decision-maker and executor.
Still needed that person in the loop.
Always. And this is where the game changer, IOB, or what Mishra also refers to as Agentic IoT, firmly establishes itself as the defining characteristic of Industry 5.0.
Okay, this is the big step.
This is the crucial transformative leap, where intelligent agents move beyond merely insight generation to full-fledged autonomous action.
Wow, so the machines make the decisions and take the actions.
Precisely. This fundamentally reshapes entire operations, real-time supply chains, and even the nuances of customer experiences, because the decisions and the subsequent actions are being made directly by the machines themselves, autonomously. No more waiting for human sign-off for many operational tasks.
So if Industry 4.0 saw IoT as the nervous system.
Efficient at transmitting all that vital information, yes.
In Industry 5.0, agentic AI isn't just part of that nervous system.
No, it becomes the brain, the conscience, and the autonomous will of the entire system.
The brain and conscience. Interesting.
Well, in the sense that it operates within defined ethical and operational boundaries. It has agency. That's a profound shift from just connecting things to enabling true cognitive autonomy, where machines don't just react to inputs, but proactively commit to outcomes.
Okay, committing to outcomes, that's different.
It's everything. It's not simply about what data is collected, but about the embedded intelligence and agency within the very devices, allowing them to perceive, reason, interact, act, and measure their own impact.
Now, for anyone thinking this all sounds a bit abstract or, maybe too futuristic, let's round it. Are there tangible examples already operating in the real world?
Oh, absolutely. Driverless cars are the perfect case in point. They are, in essence, the first beings operating among us, demonstrating the foundational elements of IOB.
Right, autonomous vehicles. We hear a lot about them.
That's right. Take San Francisco, for instance, a bustling, complex urban environment. Waymo, Google's autonomous driving company, has an impressive fleet of over 300 robotaxis on the roads.
300 in SS.
Over 300. And these aren't just vehicles undergoing cautious testing. They've logged an astounding 7.14 million rider-only miles.
Rider only, so no human safety driver.
Exactly. Millions of miles navigating unpredictable city streets without a human safety driver behind the wheel, interacting with pedestrians, cyclists, and other vehicles.
That's pretty incredible. What about safety? That's always the big question.
It is, and the statistics from their operations are incredibly compelling, showcasing a significant positive impact on safety compared to human drivers.
Really? How significant?
It's truly eye-opening when you look at the data. Waymo has achieved an 88% reduction in injury crashes when compared to human-driven vehicles operating in comparable conditions.
88%, that's huge.
It is.
Yeah.
And when you break that down further, it's an 88% reduction in serious injury or worse crashes, a 79% reduction in airbag deployment crashes, and a 78% reduction in all types of injury-causing crashes.
Wow. Those aren't minor improvements.
Not at all. These aren't minor statistical variances. They represent a fundamental, dramatic shift in road safety, largely attributable to the consistent, precise, and non-distracted decision-making of these autonomous agents.
And what about pedestrians and cyclists, the vulnerable road users?
The impact becomes even more profound when you consider them. Waymo has reported a remarkable 93% reduction in pedestrian crashes resulting in injuries.
93%.
An 81% reduction in cyclist crashes with injuries, and an 86% reduction in motorcycle crashes involving injuries. Those numbers are truly astounding.
That's just, wow. It shows they're really perceiving and reacting effectively.
Exactly. They're demonstrating how these autonomous systems are perceiving, predicting, and reacting in highly complex urban environments in ways that human drivers, despite their best intentions, often struggle with due to cognitive limitations, distractions, or fatigue.
And it's not just Waymo, right? This is happening elsewhere, too.
Definitely. We see other robust examples emerging. In Austin, Texas, Tesla has its invite-only robotaxi pilot, where vehicles are actively making autonomous decisions in real-world traffic, constantly learning and adapting, even if it's still in a controlled development phase.
Okay.
And the scale in China is even more striking, with Baidu's Apollo Go and WeRide collectively operating over 2,300 robotaxis across 30 cities.
2,300 across 30 cities.
Yes. This isn't just a theoretical concept, it's a global phenomenon already carrying passengers. And think beyond cars. In Inner Mongolia, there are 100 autonomous mining trucks collaborating like digital colleagues.
Autonomous mining trucks collaborating. Yeah. Okay.
So the being attributes demonstrated by these driverless fleets are exactly what we're talking about. These vehicles aren't simply programmed machines following rigid rules. They perceive their environment in real time, integrating data from countless sensors.
Seeing the world around them.
They reason through complex scenarios, making split-second ethical and practical decisions about navigation and safety.
Thinking.
They interact with traffic signals, other vehicles, and pedestrians.
Communicating or negotiating space.
They self-act based on their reasoning, executing maneuvers autonomously.
Doing things on their own.
And they measure their own performance, constantly feeding data back for learning and optimization.
Learning and improving. So perceive, reason, interact, self-act, measure.
Exactly. This showcases the colossal leap from mere data collection to a sophisticated, fully autonomous decision-making architecture that fundamentally changes how we define a machine.
Okay, so this leap from traditional IoT to the truly cognitive and autonomous Internet of Beings, it needs more than just smart sensors and AI algorithms, right? It needs a structure, an architecture.
Precisely. It goes far beyond just collecting more data or adding more sensors. It absolutely requires a robust, inherent decision-making architecture for the machines themselves, a comprehensive framework that gives them a mind.
Gives them a mind, okay.
And this is precisely where Ajit Mishra's innovative PRISM framework comes into play. As we discussed, traditional IoT is like a nervous system without a brain. It collects signals, but decisions rely on human operators or centralized dashboards, leading to bottlenecks and latency.
Right, the brainless nervous system.
Exactly. The Internet of Beings needs a comprehensive cognitive layer. It needs the ability to autonomously sense, to reason through complex situations, to interact and negotiate with other intelligent entities, to act decisively, and to measure its own performance without constant human oversight.
And PRISM provides that layer.
That's exactly what PRISM provides. Mishra positions PRISM as the foundational model for cognition in machine ecosystems, ensuring that IOB functions as an intelligent, self-sustaining, and highly adaptable network. It truly is the comprehensive brain that finally gives IoT its mind.
The brain for the IoT. I like that.
And the true genius of PRISM isn't just that it gives machines perception or the ability to act, but that it creates a self-healing, self-optimizing closed loop. It's a cognitive engine for machines that learns and adapts from every single interaction, making the entire IOB ecosystem exponentially more resilient and efficient.
A closed loop.
Yeah.
Self-healing, self-optimizing. Okay.
This moves us beyond simply managing data to cultivating machine intelligence that learns and grows on its own.
That's a powerful idea. So let's dive deep into the 5 interconnected dimensions of PRISM, because each one is absolutely critical to understanding how these beings function, learn, and evolve. What does PRISM stand for?
Okay, let's break it down. First up is P for perception, seeing the world with context.
Perception.
Okay. This is about how IOB agents ingest data, not just from simple sensors and individual devices, but also from more sophisticated sources, like digital twins, which are living, virtual representations of physical assets or systems.
Like a virtual factory mirroring the real one.
Exactly. But crucially, perception goes beyond simple IoT telemetry, which often only provides raw values. It's not just about collecting data. It's about seeing the world with deep contextual understanding, interpreting what that data means.
Can you give an example of that difference?
Sure. A traditional IoT temperature sensor might simply report temperature equals 38 degrees C.
Just the number.
Right. But with PRISM's perception layer, an IOB agent understands that is fever detected in patient in ICU bed #12, adding critical medical context and urgency.
Ah, okay. So it adds the meaning, semantic understanding.
Precisely. This semantic understanding transforms raw data into meaningful information. This dimension is enabled by powerful technologies like computer vision, allowing machines to see, natural language processing, NLP, helping them understand text, and multimodal AI, integrating info from images, text, audio, etc.
So perception makes them aware.
Yes. Without this rich perception, IOB is essentially blind. With it, machines become aware and cognizant.
Okay, so after perceiving, what's next in PRISM?
So once they perceive and understand, they need to think and strategize. That brings us to R for reasoning, thinking before acting.
Reason makes sense.
This is about how the AI evaluates complex trade-offs before acting. Imagine a scenario where an autonomous system needs to weigh competing factors like cost versus safety, speed versus sustainability, or resource allocation versus environmental impact.
Okay, so it's not just simple rules, it's weighing options.
Exactly. It's not just a binary if-then decision. It's nuanced, multidimensional judgment.
And these decisions aren't made in isolation, are they?
That's vital. Multi-agent reasoning ensures that decisions are not just made in a silo by a single machine, but are systemic within the broader network, considering the ripple effects across the entire ecosystem.
Systemic, affecting the whole network.
Okay, this dimension is what truly transforms raw data into actionable, intelligent strategy. It employs advanced techniques like causal AI.
Understanding cause and effect.
Right, not just correlation. Also, knowledge graphs, which are like highly interconnected webs of facts, allowing the AI to quickly draw complex conclusions.
Like connecting dots humans might miss.
Exactly. Connecting, say, a geopolitical event to raw material prices, then to manufacturing timelines, then to potential supply chain issues, and reinforcement learning, where agents learn optimal behaviors through trial and error, like humans do.
Okay. So reasoning turns data into strategy. What's I?
I is for interaction. Negotiation and collaboration. This is absolutely crucial because it means that IOB agents don't act in isolation.
Interaction. So they talk to each other.
They do more than talk. They actively negotiate resources, communicate contract terms, and prioritize tasks with other agents, forming a dynamic cooperative network.
Machines negotiating.
Seriously. It's not just machines talking to a central server. It's intelligent machines talking to each other and often forging agreements.
Okay, that's different. Like a society.
That's exactly how Mishra describes it, a society of beings within IOB. This interaction fosters that society, actively preventing siloed devices from acting independently without coordination or broader system awareness.
Can you give an example of that negotiation?
Sure. A perfect real-world example would be an autonomous truck negotiating highway tolls directly with a smart city node, agreeing on payment terms and optimal routes without any human intervention.
Wow, okay. How does that work technically?
It's facilitated by Agentic AI APIs, allowing different AI systems to communicate, smart contracts, often built on blockchain, that automatically execute agreements, and multi-agent communication standards, ensuring seamless dialogue between diverse autonomous entities.
So interaction makes it a society, not just a bunch of devices.
Exactly, not a silo of devices.
Okay, PRI, what's S?
Next up is S for self-action. Autonomy at scale. This is the critical leap, the point where agents don't just perceive, reason, and interact, but then act autonomously without waiting for human intervention or approval.
Self-action. This is where the autonomy really kicks in.
This is truly where the rubber meets the road, isn't it? It's about moving from insight to independent execution.
So what kind of actions are we talking about?
This dimension enables truly responsive, real-world applications that can adapt to dynamic conditions instantly. Think about an autonomous system instantly rerouting an entire supply chain when a disruption occurs, like a port closure.
Okay, real-time logistics changes.
Or intelligently rebalancing power grids in real time in response to fluctuating demand or supply issues.
Managing energy flow.
Or even reprogramming manufacturing lines on the fly to adapt to new product requirements or material availability.
Adapting production instantly. But is it totally uncontrolled?
No, that's a key point. It's important to note that these actions operate within bounded autonomy, meaning they are constrained and guided by predefined governance rules, ethical guardrails, and responsible AI principles.
Bounded autonomy, so humans set the rules and limits.
Exactly, to ensure safety, compliance, and human oversight where necessary. Self-action is the definitive leap from mere monitoring to basic automation, and finally, to full intelligent autonomy.
Okay, monitoring, automation, autonomy. Got it. And finally, M.
And finally, we have M for measurability. Radical transparency. This is about ensuring that every single action taken by an agent is meticulously tracked, fully auditable, and inherently explainable.
Measurability, so you can see what happened and why.
Absolutely vital, especially as these autonomous systems become increasingly complex and pervasive in critical infrastructure. You need that trust.
How does measurability prevent it from being a black box?
Well, it prevents IOB from becoming an opaque system where you don't know why a specific decision was made or an action was taken. It fosters trustworthiness and accountability, which are paramount when machines are making critical decisions.
What technologies enable this?
Technologies like blockchain, with its immutable and distributed ledger capabilities, federated logs, which create decentralized verifiable records, and explainable AI, XAI, which provides insights into the reasoning behind an AI's decisions, are key.
Explainable AI, that's important.
Critical.
Yeah.
As the saying goes, what can't be measured can't be trusted. Measurability is what makes IOB trustworthy, accountable, and ultimately governable.
Okay, so PRISM. Perception, reasoning, interaction, self-action, measurability. It forms a loop, you said.
Exactly. When you bring all 5 of these dimensions together, PRISM acts as a continuously operating closed cognitive loop.
Can you walk us through that loop?
Sure. You can visualize it as a continuous cycle. Perception gathers real-world signals and contextual information as input.
Okay, sees the world.
Reasoning then processes these signals, analyzes trade-offs, and formulates strategic decisions.
Thinks about it.
Interaction facilitates the alignment and negotiation of those decisions with other agents and entities within the broader network.
Talks to others, agrees on a plan.
Self-action then executes those decisions autonomously and instantly.
Does the thing.
And then measurability meticulously tracks the results, providing transparent feedback that feeds back into perception, making the entire system inherently self-learning, continuously adaptive, and immensely scalable.
So the results of the action inform the next perception it learns.
Constantly. This creates a powerful feedback mechanism that allows the IOB ecosystem to constantly optimize and improve.
How is this really different from, say, a very advanced IoT setup today?
It's fundamentally different in its architecture. In the old model, it was mostly linear. Sensors transmitted raw data to a cloud, which then populated a dashboard, requiring a human to interpret it and manually take action.
Right. Sensors, dashes cloud, dashes dashboard, dashing human. Lots of steps, lots of potential delay.
Exactly. That's a lot of latency, human dependency, and potential for error or overload. But with IOB empowered by PRISM, it's a dynamic, self-contained ecosystem.
So how does that flow look?
Sensors feed directly into intelligent agents, which then operate autonomously within the PRISM loop, leading to real-time autonomous decisions and instantly available transparent metrics.
Sensors, agents, PRISM loop, autonomous decision metrics. Much faster, much more direct.
Precisely. This framework effectively removes significant latency, reduces human dependency on mundane tasks, and eliminates critical human bottlenecks, while crucially preserving trust and accountability through its inherent measurability.
It's not just an improvement, it sounds like a completely different way of operating.
It's a fundamental architectural overhaul, moving from human-centric oversight to machine-centric autonomy with human-defined guardrails.
And those guardrails are important, right? This isn't just letting machines run wild.
Absolutely critical. It's not a free-for-all. Every PRISM agent and every IOB entity must be rigorously governed by ethical guardrails, ensuring safety, protecting privacy, adhering to enterprise identity and access management protocols.
IAM, like who has permission to do what?
Exactly. Furthermore, they must comply with all relevant regulatory frameworks, especially in highly sensitive sectors like healthcare, finance, and energy, where the stakes are incredibly high.
So regulation and ethics are baked in.
They have to be. This robust governance mechanism ensures that IOB evolves into a trusted partner society rather than an uncontrolled swarm of autonomous entities. It's about building intelligent autonomy with responsibility, accountability, and ethical considerations meticulously baked in from the ground up.
A trusted partner society. Okay, that makes sense. Now that we've understood the theoretical leap from IoT to IOB and explored the critical PRISM framework that acts as its cognitive engine, let's move from concept to concrete reality. Let's see how this brain-powered ecosystem is already transforming, or soon will transform, entire industries around us.
Absolutely. Let's get into the use cases, because this is where it gets really exciting. One of the most impactful and critical areas poised for radical transformation is autonomous supply chains.
Yes, supply chains. We all felt the pain there recently.
Exactly. Today, our global supply chains are incredibly vulnerable and notoriously fragile. A single unforeseen disruption bolt, maybe a container ship stuck at port, or an unexpected geopolitical event can cause weeks, even months of chaos.
Yeah, leading to widespread human scrambling to reroute goods, find alternative suppliers, manage costs. It's a mess.
It's a logistical nightmare that costs businesses billions and impacts consumers globally. But with IOB and the PRISM framework, that chaos can be replaced by profound resilience.
Okay, how would PRISM handle a supply chain disruption? Let's walk through it.
Right. Imagine this scenario. Perception. A network of interconnected sensors detects congestion at a critical port in real time, or identifies a spoilage risk for sensitive goods in a warehouse.
Okay, it sees the problem.
Reasoning. IOB agents instantly weigh complex trade-offs, evaluating the cost of rerouting versus potential delivery delays, or optimizing for sustainability versus speed. They access global data, assessing risks simultaneously.
It thinks through the options.
Interaction. Autonomous fleet bots, warehouse systems, even customs agents communicate directly and negotiate new contracts or clearances without human intervention.
Machines talking to machines across companies.
Yes, self-action. Based on these assessments and negotiations, the system instantly reroutes containers to an alternative port, dispatches backup transport, or adjusts inventory across the network.
It acts immediately.
And measurability. The entire impact on lead time, cost, carbon emissions is transparently tracked and auditable in real time. Unprecedented visibility.
That sounds much smoother. Any real-world parallels?
Well, consider the challenge faced by Pfizer during the initial distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. They relied heavily on IoT sensors for temperature monitoring.
Right, those ultra-cold requirements.
Yes. While the sensors reported deviations, human intervention was still needed to act, reroute, arrange new storage, discard batches, potential wastage.
So how would IOB have changed that?
Imagine an IOB agent autonomously rerouting a shipment to an alternative coal hub the instant a deviation is detected, simultaneously negotiating airport clearance for priority landing, and even activating backup freezers at the destination if needed.
Proactive, autonomous response.
Could have saved billions in wastage and, more importantly, expedited delivery, potentially saving lives.
That's powerful. What about manufacturing? You mentioned BMW and Toyota earlier.
Right. Highly optimized automotive assembly, like BMW's Regensburg factory or Toyota's digitized Kanban system. They use IoT and digital twins already.
Virtual replicas of the factories?
Yes. Yet when the global chip shortages hit, production stalled for weeks, sometimes months, despite all the data.
Because the system couldn't autonomously act on the shortage data at scale.
Precisely. With IOB, agents could instantly reschedule robots, reallocate scarce chips globally across plants based on real-time demand, and even renegotiate supplier terms on the fly with minimal human oversight.
Drastically reducing downtime, increasing resilience.
Exactly. The complexity of these systems, where thousands of parts must converge perfectly, is where IOB offers unparalleled advantages by turning processes into intelligent, self-organizing beings.
Okay, supply chains and manufacturing makes sense. What about other sectors, like agriculture?
Another fascinating and incredibly impactful application is in agentic agriculture. For centuries, farming relied heavily on human intuition, local knowledge, often reactive responses.
Right, reacting to weather, pests.
Exactly. Technology brought mechanization, basic monitoring, but lacked precision and proactive autonomy.
So how does IOB change farming? Let's use PRISM again.
Okay, perception. Sophisticated soil sensors, network drones, weather stations detect granular nutrient depletion, analyze crop health, predict localized rainfall with amazing accuracy.
Sees the farm in minute detail.
Reasoning. IOB agents compare potential yield gains against water usage, assess pest risk versus sustainable treatment, optimize for soil health, crop rotation, market demand.
Thinks like an expert farmer, but faster and with more data.
Interaction. Autonomous tractors, spraying drones, even agricultural co-ops could negotiate optimal planting cycles, shared resource allocation, real-time labor distribution.
Tractors negotiating with drones.
Okay, self-action. Irrigation starts automatically, only where needed. Drones autonomously spray only stressed crops, minimizing chemical use. Harvesters coordinate paths.
Acts with precision.
And measurability. Yields rise demonstrably, while water and chemical use drop transparently, all verifiable through dashboards and logs. More sustainable, more profitable.
We hear about smart tractors, like John Deere's. How does IOB take that further?
John Deere's tractors are already semi-autonomous, using GPS and IoT for precision farming. But with IOB, they could collaborate with weather agents, negotiating planting times based on hyperlocal forecasts. Intelligently share and negotiate water allocation from shared resources, and autonomously optimize between yield and sustainability trade-offs across vast fields. They become true farming partners, not just tools.
Reacting to living conditions, not just maps. Very cool. What else?
One of the most exciting, maybe audacious applications is in battery exchange networks. EV adoption, for all its momentum, is currently hindered significantly by charging bottlenecks.
Yeah, the 40-minute wait at a charger can be a pain.
Right. It kills convenience and momentum. In an IOB-enabled battery exchange network, this hurdle largely disappears.
How so? Walk us through the PRISM for battery swapping.
Okay. Perception. Individual EVs monitor their charge levels, battery health, and even perceive the real-time load on the surrounding energy grid.
Aware of itself and the grid.
Reasoning. IOB agents within the vehicle or station decide the optimal action. Swap the battery, quick recharge, or wait based on energy prices, grid stability, driver schedule.
Smart decisions about energy use.
Interaction. And this is, key cars don't just talk to their own brand stations. They negotiate across a shared, interoperable energy marketplace with any compatible exchange station.
Shared marketplace, that's the game changer.
Absolutely. Self-action. Robotic systems swap drained batteries in under 5 minutes, much faster than charging, or EVs could even trade energy peer-to-peer, selling surplus back to the grid or other vehicles.
Killing energy back. Wow.
And measurability. Driver downtime drops dramatically, battery utilization rises network-wide, grid stress is balanced, all with transparent metrics.
NIO in China is doing swaps now, but it's just for NIO cars, right?
Exactly. NIO operates over 2,300 stations, millions of swaps. But it's a proprietary ecosystem. The IOB vision is far grander. Imagine BMW, Tesla, BYD, Toyota EVs seamlessly trading batteries across a unified, interoperable platform.
Brand-agnostic energy, that unlocks huge potential.
It does. And this audacious vision was first articulated to Ajit Mishra by Dr. Karun Malhotra, who proposed something truly revolutionary: batteries behaving like equities in a stock exchange.
Batteries like stocks, a global battery stock exchange.
Exactly, a global battery stock exchange, BSE, fundamentally reshaping how we view and trade energy.
How would that even work? Who are the players?
Well, the OEM's automakers become issuers. They contribute batteries to a shared pool, like companies listing shares. Each battery IPO is a unit of energy capacity.
Okay. Car companies issue battery shares. Who regulates it?
Regulators act as market watchdogs.
Yeah.
A global body ensures compliance, monitors unit economics, sets valuation rules based on capacity, degradation, performance, like a financial authority.
And who trades these shares?
Investors as shareholders. Fleets, utilities, even individuals could trade battery equities based on OEM performance, market demand, energy prices, battery life cycle value. Energy becomes a liquid asset.
So you could invest in, say, Toyota's battery pool versus BMW's.
Potentially, yes.
Huh.
And agentic AI becomes the ultimate market maker. continuously balancing demand and supply, dynamically pricing, swapping, leasing batteries in real time, far faster than humans.
The AI runs the market. What about old batteries?
A robust secondary market for used assets. Old or degraded batteries traded as energy derivatives, priced on remaining life and efficiency. Creates a circular economy.
Okay, extending their value. Does this connect to the power grid?
Crucially, yes. Seamless integration with utilities. National grids plug into the exchange. Surplus EV capacity parked cars becomes tradable energy credits.
So my parked car could sell energy back to the grid automatically.
And earn you money. Consumers become traders. Drivers and households actively participate in an open energy market, accessing faster, cheaper, standardized services.
So cars become autonomous energy traders.
Precisely. Buying, selling, arbitraging energy across geographies in a global machine economy. Right. It's Wall Street for battery energy.
That is a genuinely mind-blowing concept, Wall Street for batteries. Okay, moving on. What about healthcare? That seems like another area ripe for this.
It's truly transformative there, too. Let's talk about agentic healthcare and ambient wellness. During the pandemic, the biggest gap wasn't data. It was actionable intelligence. Hospitals overloaded, oxygen mismanaged sometimes. Patients lacked coordinated guidance.
Right, the system struggled to react effectively. How does IOB help?
Okay, using PRISM, perception, wearables, medical IoT, hospital sensors feed vitals, gait, sleep patterns, glucose, early infection signs in real time.
Continuous, detailed health monitoring.
Reasoning. AI agents simulate optimal treatment paths, considering patient history, optimize ICU bed allocation regionally, predict patient deterioration before humans see it.
Predictive, personalized medicine at scale.
Interaction. Agents seamlessly coordinate between hospitals, pharma distributors for drug availability, insurers for pre-approvals, all autonomously.
Breaking down the silos in healthcare communication.
Exactly. Self-action. Trigger autonomous alerts for staff, recalibrate drug dosages based on real-time response, dispatch emergency services based on critical vital changes.
Faster, more precise interventions.
And measurability, transparent dashboards for regulators, providers, families, showing decisions and impact, accountability.
What's the long-term vision here? Ambient wellness.
That's the goal. IOB evolves healthcare from reactive, hospital-centric to an ambient wellness system. Instead of just going to the hospital when sick, health agents continuously monitor, predict, initiate healing interventions proactively.
Like my watch detecting a subtle change in scheduling physical therapy.
Exactly, before you even feel discomfort. Healthcare that works for you, 24/7, embedded in your life.
Incredible. Okay, we've covered supply chains, agriculture, energy, healthcare. What about finance itself?
Agentic finance and autonomous markets. Traditional stock exchanges are human-driven, even with fast algorithms. IOB takes it further, transforming any asset, energy, logistics capacity, healthcare resources into tradable, autonomous entities.
Trading more than just stocks and bonds, trading real-world capacity.
Precisely. Perception. IOB agents sense global market conditions, demand cycles, geopolitical risks with incredible speed and detail.
Sees the whole economic picture.
Reasoning. Dynamically weigh complex portfolio trade-offs, make sophisticated investment and risk decisions instantly.
Thinks like a super quant.
Interaction. Agents negotiate across decentralized finance, DeFi networks, blockchain-based systems without banks, enabling new forms of transparent, autonomous trading.
Peer-to-peer finance, run by machines.
Self-action. Autonomously trade carbon credits, battery stocks, logistics futures without brokers, executing complex strategies in microseconds.
Acts on market signals instantly.
And measurability. All transactions on immutable, transparent ledgers, validated by other IOB agents, trust and auditability.
So the future is an autonomous economy. Machines as economic citizens.
That's the vision. Machines earning, trading, reinvesting on their own, participating directly and intelligently in the global financial system, a fundamental reimagining of economic activity.
Wow. Okay, one last major area from Mishra's work. Climate and planetary scale issues.
Yes, planetary scale climate agents. Disaster management today, hurricanes, wildfires, floods often relies on late warnings, limited models. Response is often reactive.
Scrambling after the fact. How does IOB change this?
It creates a planetary nervous system, an Earth-scale immune system. Perception. Vast networks of drones, satellites, ocean buoys, smart grids, sense critical climate variables, CO2, soil moisture, ocean currents in real time globally.
Seeing the planet's health constantly.
Reasoning. Intelligent agents run precise predictive simulations for flood risk, fire spread, hurricane paths, disease outbreaks with unprecedented accuracy.
Predicting disasters much earlier and better.
Interaction. Instantly inform and coordinate actions between governments, utilities, insurers, citizens. A unified, responsive network.
Everyone gets the warning and the plan.
Self-action. Trigger automatic dam control. Energy rerouting to critical areas, coordinated mass evacuations to safe zones, all autonomously and preemptively.
Acting before the disaster hits full force.
And measurability. Public dashboards provide transparent proof of lives saved, assets protected, demonstrating the impact.
So IOB as Earth's immune system, detecting threats, neutralizing them, adapting.
That's the vision. Incredibly powerful. Autonomous systems constantly working to mitigate climate change impact, optimize resources, protect the planet, learning with every data point.
As we wrap up this deep dive, it's crucial to reiterate the core shift we've discussed today because it's truly monumental.
It really is.
The Internet of Things, connected devices, a network of passive sensors transmitting data.
Right, data for humans.
But the Internet of Beings connects purposeful ecosystems. It's not just data flow, it's intelligence, intentionality, autonomous action embedded in the network itself.
So Industry 5.0 isn't about merely adding more sensors or more analytics. It's about empowering machines to not just react, but to commit to outcomes with agency and purpose.
Commit to outcomes, that's the key phrase.
That is the fundamental leap from simply collecting data to enabling autonomous, purposeful action that defines the next industrial revolution.
It's truly a paradigm shift.
It really will reshape industries, economies, and our relationship with technology itself.
No question. And that leads us to a fascinating question for you, our listener, to ponder as you reflect on this deep dive. If machines can become economic citizens, trading energy and assets, and even serve as Earth's immune system, what new forms of collaboration and maybe even governance will be necessary between human beings and these machine beings in the decades to come?
A truly thought-provoking idea that extends far beyond the technical. Needs careful consideration.
Definitely something to mull over.
And if you want to dive even deeper into this incredible topic and explore the intricate details that we've touched on today, we highly recommend exploring Ajit Mishra's groundbreaking work further. This deep dive was just a glimpse into his profound insights.
Absolutely. You can find the full playbook that expands on everything we discussed today, including the detailed PRISM framework and all 8 transformative use cases by looking for Internet of Beings, IOB, the PRISM framework, and 8 use cases redefining Industry 5.0.
It's an essential read for anyone wanting to truly grasp this next wave of innovation. It really lays out the roadmap.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out.
And for more in-depth analyses and resources on cutting-edge topics like this, be sure to visit CAIOs.com. That's CAIOZ.guide.com.
CAIOs.com, got it.
You'll also find invaluable resources there, like the CIO Playbook and Plan It For Me, or PIFM. These are designed for those looking to apply these concepts in their own strategies and truly shape their future in this evolving landscape.
Great resources for practical application. CAIO Playbook and PIFM at CAIOs.com.
Exactly.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. It's been fascinating.
My pleasure. Until next time, keep exploring.